วัสดีค่ะ Welcome back to Bim's Kitchen. Today experiment gonna be I use all the international flour that I have left, and then I'm gonna proof different time. I'm gonna make total 6 loaf at water about 82% or 83%. I'm gonna tell you later. But it's gonna be 80% from the weight of the flour. So I'm gonna add 2,400 grams of water. Okay, I have Sally this time. She been feeding and I'm gonna use her 600 grams of Sally. She is not gonna be more. She is floating. Okay, 600 grams of Sally. The starter, which is Sally. So this way when I add the water, when I add the flour, there is no lumpy of starter. Okay, the flour I've been mixing and put into different bag, 1 kilogram each, so I mix 3 kilo first. Now I think my container is a little small. I need a bigger one. Now we're gonna add another 1 kilo of flour, and then we're gonna mix the sauce 60 grams. Okay, I'm gonna mix everything in the same container. I'm going to control the temperature, room temperature at 25 degrees Celsius. So let's come back and see. This is the texture of the dough after I mix for some time. You can see it's very sticky, and some part is still lumpy. Okay, after 30 minutes, we're going to do first stretch and fold. I'm gonna go around the container. A little bit sticky. Remember we had T65. We have Italian. This is gonna be sticky dough. As it's a big batch, I'm gonna going around like that. Okay, come back in 30 minutes. Okay, this is the second mix. I'm gonna use coil for big batch. Okay, we're gonna see another 30 minutes. Okay, this is the third time I can see a lot of bubble getting. This is look good. Okay, one more time. Now this is the fourth stretch and fold. Look at the bubble. Before we do that, sorry, let me check the temperature. My room temperature is 25. Let's see the dough temperature. My dough temperature also 25, which is good. So we're gonna stretch and fold. Okay, we're gonna wait for, okay, the first one gonna be 1.5 hours. This is the dough after 1 hour 30 minutes. Okay, the first dough I'm gonna make 1 hour 30 minutes. Look at the dough. The first one proofing at 1 hour at 1 hour and 30 minutes. So we need 1,000 grams. 1,000 grams. In a half hour, I'm gonna come to make another half. So the first one I'm gonna shape. Okay, we're waiting for 30 minutes and then we're gonna do the shaping. Okay, the 30 minutes up, and then I'm gonna do the second one. But before I do that, I'm gonna shape this one first. Okay, I'm not gonna take long to shape that one. Maybe one more. Yes. Okay, this one 1.5 hour. Okay. 1.5 hour. Then the next one gonna be another 1 kilogram. Okay, 1 kilogram. Perfect. Now I am going to this one. This one is 1 hour. So we're gonna wait for this one to be rest for half hour, and then we're gonna cut the other one. Okay, now let's check my room temperature 24. Door temperature is 24. Very good. Now we're gonna shape this one. This one is 2 hour proofing. This is the way we shape it. The what you call? Oops. Sticky dough. Then I'm gonna use this is 2 hour. Okay. Okay. We're gonna rest it, and then we're gonna come back. Now we need another 2.5 hours. 2.5 hour one. So again, we need to wait. Another 1,000 grams. Perfect. Perfecto. Okay. Now we are gonna wet the counter, and then we're gonna flip this one over. Then we're gonna use the scraper to create the tension Okay, we're gonna leave it now, and while we're lifting this, we're gonna let the dough waiting for 30 minutes, and then we come back. Okay, after 30 minutes, we will shape in this dough. Two and a half hours. Okay, we're gonna wait. We're gonna make another 2 doughs. Perfect. Now, shape this. This is 3-hour proofing. Okay, I'm not gonna overwork because that can be really easy to tear. So I'm just gonna cover, and now I'm gonna let this one proofing for another 1 hour before I put into the fridge. Okay, but before that, let's close the seam. Okay, this is nice. Three and a half hour dough. Use this technique, envelope. There's a lot of bubble here. Now I have to be really gentle. I'm not gonna break any gluten when I'm shaping. Look at that. Whew. A lot of bubble. I'm gonna wait here while I'm gonna shake Another 2 bread. Okay, we need 1,000 crumb, and we had 1,000 crumb left there for the last Ooh, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna shape this one. I'm not gonna overwork it. Cover it. And coming back. Let's see my bubble. Wow, I never have the bubble like this before. Lot of bubble. Okay, let's shape this bubble boy. This is gonna be nice bread. Let's make sure I not break the bubble. This one, 3.5 hours proofing. Perfect. And look at the bubble. Oh my gosh. Now this is my last one, 4 hours. Okay, they don't break the bubble. Okay, this is the last one. 4-hour proofing. Let's see. But what I can see is there are huge bubble in here. So maybe I have to proof 4 hours. I don't know. This is, I'm gonna shake. I have to be gentle that I'm not breaking any gluten. Wow, oh my gosh, this is a lot of bubble. Okay, now I'm gonna this one like that. Just want to make sure I don't break any gluten. Now we have to make sure we can pop them into the basket nicely. Whew, how about that? Okay, now we're gonna wait until 5 minutes and then we're gonna close the seam. Now let's close the seam. Okay, now this is nice. Okay, now we're gonna bake. This is 2 hours. This is 1.5. And now this is the dough after Corey taught 12 hours. 3 hours. Okay. Now, I have marked on the paper, so make sure that I don't put the color on the, okay, put a little bit of flour on top. So then stick on that. Then I'm gonna put the paper 1.5. This one is 2 hours. Right. Then I'm gonna flip over. For this, I'm gonna bake on the tray. 2.5. Okay. And this one is 3 hours. perfect. This is our dough. Then I'm gonna spray water. Okay, I'm gonna score. Okay, baking. After bake 250 degree for 5 minutes with the steam. Now I'm gonna create the second score so the dough can be opened up more and then the belly can pop up high and also you can achieve the ear too. This is the way I do. I just run the bread right underneath the first line and again I do all of them. This way when you continue baking, this gives the dough a chance to open up more. People said, oh, you don't need it if you have a perfectly fermented, but it's work for me, you know. Some people work in different way, but my dough is work this way. Maybe the fermentation and the process of making is different. So I'm not forget to rotate the dough. This way, you know, when you're baking, they are equally rise on both sides. And then the tray on top, I'm gonna score outside and then coming back. Now you can see that I put the bottom shelf of the bread on top, so it's allowed to the bread to have the temperature equally.
Open
I
bake.
just switch on the
You
top
can
down
open
and
bake
the one on the down
multiple
top.
loaf like
So
this
continue baking
and have a beautiful,
for another 25
beautiful
minutes.
result.
And during 25 minutes, so you can observe the dough is rising nicely, and then we gonna remove the water tray. Again, now I'm gonna talk about the water tray. If you put 1 cup of water into the tray, you don't need to remove the tray because it's already gone. But if you put more than 1 cup, then of course you have to remove the tray. Now you can see my dough rising nicely. I rotate once again. People ask me, how about the heat coming out? It's okay. It's work. No worry. You don't have to worry about the heat escape from the oven when you open the door and rotate the bread. That is all okay. Now after first 30 minutes, then I reduce the temperature down to 220 and I turn off the convection oven. I just turn off the fan. So this is how it looks like after the baking. Okay, the dough is beautiful and nice. This is after finished bake at 30 minutes later at 220. You can see the dough, the bread is rise up nice and the color is nice. It's not burned. But if you not turn the fan off, you're gonna have burning bread. So this is another tip for you. Now let's see our 4 loaf after baking.
2 hours. And this one is 2.5. Beautiful. And then the last one is 3 hours. So 1.5, 2, 2.5, and 3. Now we're gonna bake these two. This one is 4 hours. This one is 3.5. So I'm gonna use the paper of 1.5, so I must forget 3.5. And this one is 4 hours. Okay. Okay. This time I'm going to bake without scalding. Okay, we're baking now. after 5 minutes, we're going to score. Turn around. Around. Make a space.
Now, this is after
This
baking.
is
Listen
1.5
to
hour.
amazing noise.
2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours, 3.5, and 4 hours. Okay, we're gonna cut it. First one is 1.5 hours proofing. So it got some blister as well. Look at the crumb. This is 1.5 hour. Is I guess is underproof, but let's see. Okay, this one is 2 hours. We're gonna see the crumb. Crumb of 2 hours proofing. It look better in terms of open crumb. Now this one is 2.5 hours. Okay. Okay, how about the crumb of 2.5 hours? Wow, I get the big hole in 2.5 hours. Now this one is 3 hours. Really light and nice. We're gonna cut it open. Look at the belly. We're gonna cut it open. Ta-da! This is 3 hours. It look very open evenly. See that? 3 hours. Now this one is 3.5 hours. Proofing. Okay, very light and nice. This is very light. Okay, we're gonna cut it open. Wow. Finally. Finally, I found one. Wow. Okay. 3.5 hours to get the big open crumb. Big hole. Okay, this is the last one. It's been proofing for 4 hours. See what I got? I got nice blister, but it looked like flat a little bit. It probably overproof. We will see. Look at the crumb. 4 hours. Beautiful. Maybe this is the right one. 4-hour proofing. Oh my gosh. This is look beautiful. This is exciting. The result of my experiment on using international flour mix together, leftover from my last experiment. I am mixing the same dough and using different timing for proofing. This is the result. First one is I proof for 1.5 hours. Look at the crumb. The second one I proof for 2 hours. The third one is 2.5 hours. Look at the crumb. This one is 3 hours. This is amazing. This one is 3.5 hours. Look at the hole there. Now, this one is amazing. I have big hole all over. I proofing for 4 hours. Here is the result of my experiment. Enjoy. Now you choose how many hours you want to proof your dough.